Make it all light up.
Hey Guru, tell homegirl to open that H
Wait
right
until
there.
the sun goes.
Random Ralph, I'm not young Guru. How you doing, first?
Pretty good, man.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you some random questions. You know how interviews are just
All good.
Whatever. I'm gonna ask some funny questions.
Let's go.
You cool with that?
Good.
Alright, first one. What do you put on toast?
Butter and jelly.
What type of jelly?
I like grape jelly, but I like the who got the best jelly? IHOP. You don't got IHOP. IHOP got the best jelly. They got like 3 different flavors of jelly. So, but normally I'm not the person that puts my jelly on my toast.
Oh, you put a serving?
Not a serving, just somebody else cooks. Somebody else cooks for me. Yeah.
Have you been to Nandos since you've been in England?
Absolutely.
What do you think of Nandos?
I love Nandos. My band are Nando freaks. Like they, every time we come here, anytime we stop anywhere in the world, that's probably the first place that we go. And then it's the place that we know around the world. So sometimes when you travel, you don't know restaurants. You're like, okay, they got Nandos. All right, great. And then everybody knows exactly what they want. Matter of fact, I ate there yesterday.
Oh, beautiful. What did you have? What did you have?
I had the chicken. I had, what was it? Mild. I didn't have a hot sauce. It was mild sauce.
Hot, you know, a hot man.
I definitely love hot. Right, but I just was in a mild mood, and then I had corn and mashed potatoes.
What do you think of London girls?
They're cool. I like them. I mean, I think women are the same all around the world. You got different varieties and different variations of women everywhere.
What's the difference between American women and British women? How do they portray themselves? How do they...
American women are a lot more rude.
Oh, I swear.
Yeah. American women are very. If you go to New York City, and you say hi to somebody, you're gonna know if that girl. You're gonna know if that girl likes you in the first 2 seconds. Because she's either not gonna pay attention to you, or she'll say hey. But then when she says hey, it's on you to close the deal.
How was it listening to Watch the Throne? How was it just not to be involved solely, but just listening as a fan?
It's incredible. I think Jay really went in on certain songs where he's just
banking on a million.
Yeah, but those lines I like, you know what I mean. But it's really the what rappers have ever wrote songs to their unborn children.
That's true.
What, like those concepts, or there's just so many that I could go into. Like they really kill it on this album.
So
in terms of
what is your favorite line from each artist on the album?
I think the pious line so far from Jay is my favorite, and from Kanye, I don't know if I can say it on here, but money can't, shorty money can't be your only. I mean, that can't be your only hustle. That can't be your only hustle, like, because it's gonna eventually fade. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of women that they hustle, and I'm not knocking that. It's dudes dumb enough to, you know what I'm saying, to support you for that, but that can't be your only hustle. Like, you got to do something. Okay.
On the track Lift Off, Beyonce sings the hook. If you could pick any artist, who would you have replaced Beyonce with?
Ooh. Marsha.
Why is that?
Because Marsha is one of my favorite singers, and I think Marsha can pull off almost anything. Between her and Jill Scott, B's like my, you know what I'm saying, that's like family. So we're saying that we're taking B off the song, right? All right. So if we take B off the song, then it's got to be either Marsha or Jill, because they're my 2 favorite singers. But because of how it is, I think Lita James could have pulled it off too. Because she can, just her power. Yeah, her power is incredible.
What TV shows have influenced your personality?
It'd have to be when I was a kid. I mean, I used to watch a lot of What's Happening. Used to watch a lot of Sanford and Son. But mainly Star Trek. I would have to say Star Trek. Like, I've always been a Trekkie. I love Star Trek. I'm the cool Trekkie. So when I go to the joints, I got my little pin on, and it's a lot of nerds at the Star Trek thing. Like I'm a nerd, but I'm not like I'm a cool nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take pride in being a Trekkie.
Chest out.
Yeah, chest out. Like, this is my joint. Like, do y'all know what's going on in this? What these people have set up? How ill Star Trek is from beginning to end. I have the Star Wars, Star Trek argument anytime with anybody, and Star Trek always wins out.
Okay, so who's your favorite character from Star Trek?
Oh man,
Tuffy.
Yeah, I guess I would have to say over the years, Data has become my favorite character. But it's so many. It's like, it started out, of course, being Captain Kirk, because he was the leader, and Kirk was that dude. He was hitting something anywhere they stopped. Kirk would hit a blue chick, a green chick. It don't matter. Kirk was he was getting it in.
Yeah.
So, but it was him. And of course, Leonard Nimoy playing Spock. It was like Spock was what Data is to me now. It's the logical, common sense person, but really every character on Star Trek is supposed to represent some type of human emotion or some type of human person, and it's really the whole thing about Star Trek is to study human beings. That's the whole purpose. But it's written by NASA scientists, so it stays on timeline for the whole thing.
Okay.
Which we don't have no more. They just fired all the NASA people.
It's a shame. It's a shame. But sound, like as an engineer, do you think there's like a sentence you could describe the beauty of sound? Like what does sound mean to you?
Describing sound is the hardest thing in the world.
I'm saying I know that, but if you could sum it up.
What is sound? Sound is the vibration that when it hits you, it makes you feel a certain way. I guess that's the best.
How does it make you feel?
Depends on what vibration it is.
This conversation now that we're having, how is it making you feel? What's resonating?
This is actually a great conversation. I actually like interviews like this that are random. It's great. It depends on what I'm listening to. If I listen to Public Enemy, I might get up and want to, you know, fight, start a revolution. If I'm listening to, you know, jazz, I'm really marveling at the fact of 4 people on stage battling each other, and the audience may have no idea what's going on. I may listen to a punk rock song and just love the aggression. I mean, it just depends on. I listen to different things for different emotions, and then it's like, you know, when I get into my reggae raga, you know, it's just like that's everything. That's the religious, that's the rude boy, that's the, you know, social comment all in one.
All that.
Yeah. So reggae probably dominates my listening, or Dilla beats. Like for the past probably 2-3 years, the majority of what I listen to are Dilla instrumentals. Okay.
Well, first time you experienced Jay-Z and Kanye's relationship as brothers, like how they are outside of music. If they were to have a physical confrontation, who would you think?
Who would win?
Yeah.
Jay.
Oh, why is that? You said it so confidently. Isn't Kanye
Jay boxes. He's bigger than Ye.
Oh, he boxes?
Yeah, he's not really a fighter like that. Yeah, I mean that's a sin. They would never fight, but Jay would win. Oh. Jay boxes.
Do you box?
Not professionally, but yeah, I knocked somebody out.
Is that street boxing or is it?
Street boxing and fighting. I'm not a boxer. I'll fight. Yeah.
What sports do you like then?
Basketball, football. I used to be a real good swimmer. I can still swim real good. But mainly basketball. Basketball is what I want to teach.
Okay. If you weren't an engineer, what would you be?
A teacher, probably.
Teaching music
or a physicist. I would either be a teacher or a physicist, or teaching physics.
Oh, I swear. What's physics? I wasn't expecting that. What's it about physics that?
It's life. Physics is the Jizza line where he says, search the depth on how living things relate. Physics is everything. Physics is why this is solid, and why your body moves, and why, you know, you have thought, and why light moves through your body. Physics is absolutely everything. It's the science that we lost when they burned down the Library of Alexandria. It's the science of everything. Physics is everything. Physics is in everything. That's really, to me, the greatest science that there could be is physics, to figure out how everything works. That's the secrets that people run around and they mystify and they make all these other things out of it. And it's really just physics. When you talk about alchemy, when you talk about whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. Alchemy is basically taking that metal and figuring out, okay, how can I move the elements around to make gold? Okay. Simple. Like, not simple because we don't know how to do it, but simple in the concept.
Okay, what's your favorite book?
That's hard. Oh man, favorite book. So many.
Pick one out of the hat. Yeah.
My favorite book. Anything by Michio Kaku.
Okay.
Michio Kaku is a physicist, but he's an older Oriental man, but he's so funny. Like, he makes physics so funny. Like, there's other people I like. Roger Penrose. Okay. He writes some great books, but he's very he breaks down information well. Physicists, again, they're like, I go to these physics conferences and they're very good people, but they're all like real stiff scientists. I work in a lab. I don't know how to deal with people. You know what I mean? They've been sitting in a lab all the time, so they're a little like this when they're giving their speech, and they don't know, they have public problems. Michio Kaku is like, he's so hilarious, but at the end of the day, you're going to figure out that this dude just told you that the universe is expanding, and he proved it to you, but he has you laughing while he's doing it. Okay. Yeah, that's why I like him. His writing is exactly the same way he cracks jokes. He's a great writer.
Cool. Well, to sum up the interview, what question would you have liked me to ask you that I haven't asked you?
You didn't ask me nothing about God.
What's your opinion on God?
That would take a whole other interview. What's my opinion on God? That human beings looked up in the sky and they figured that somebody had to make that because they had no idea of physics. So they created a whole idea. But I could tell you, but it'll probably offend people. But man made God. God didn't make man.
Okay. Why are you called Young Guru and not Young Physics?
Because when I was young, that's a great question. When I was young, I got caught. Tommy Hilfiger used to be hot in hip hop. Like, used to have Tommy Hilfiger was it. Grand Poobah made Tommy Hilfigers like super hot. So the department store called Strawberries and Clothier made a mistake and they put the Tommy Hilfigers like right next to the door. You don't do that, right? So I had to. But I had gone record shopping earlier that day, so I had a brown paper bag. It was crumbling, and I'm stuffing Tommy Hilfigers into this bag. And people heard it because I was down low, and then when I tried to leave out the store, they caught me. So long story short, I had community service. So I did some community service at People's Settlement, which is a community center in my neighborhood in Delaware. I was teaching African history, and I was explaining to them what a guru was, and then the kids turned around and were like, well, that's what you are to us. And I had a whack DJ name, which I'm definitely not going to tell you before that.
You can say off camera.
Yeah, and I just took it and it just made it Young Guru because I was young, but then I was giving people a whole lot of information. But this is like way before, you know, Gangstar came along, and then when Guru came, I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. But it was like, it was before Gangstar.
Okay, sweet. Nice talking to you, man.
Yes, sir. There's some nice J's there, bro.
Thank you. 7 Retro.